Every gardener has heard about biochar by now, the black, carbon-rich miracle that promises to boost soil health, improve aeration, and store nutrients for decades. And while biochar has its place, the truth is, it's not a quick fix. It takes months, sometimes years, before it integrates with soil biology, but there's a far simpler, faster, and cheaper alternative that's been quietly overlooked: a living ash mix that revives dead soil almost overnight. If you've got access to wood ash and a few common materials, you can restore microbial life, rebalance pH, and rebuild structure in less time than it takes biochar to even activate. Let's break down why this ash mix works, how to make it correctly, and the exact ratios that make it safe, effective, and biologically active. Because used right, wood ash is one of the most powerful soil restorers you already have, sitting by the fireplace. Biochar isn't the problem, it's the waiting. Before anyone dismisses biochar, let's be clear, it's excellent in the long term. Its porous structure provides a home for microbes and it stabilizes nutrients. But the catch is it's inert at first. It has to be charged with nutrients and microbial life before it benefits soil. Fresh biochar actually draws nutrients out of the soil temporarily, leaving plants hungry. Most gardeners don't pre-charge it properly or wait long enough, which is why they don't see results right away. Wood ash, on the other hand, is instantly active. It contains potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals in forms plants can access immediately. And when it's blended into an organic carrier, like compost, leaf mold, or even soil, it becomes both a nutrient source and a microbial stimulant. The secret is to turn plain wood ash into a living microbial activator. Pure wood ash can be too strong on its own. It's alkaline, and in high doses it can burn roots or disrupt microbial balance. But when combined correctly with organic matter and moisture, it transforms from a harsh powder into a biologically rich soil tonic. The process is simple. Blend the ash with a carbon-rich base and inoculate it with microbes. Here's the formula that works best. Mix 1 part wood ash with 3 parts finished compost or mature leaf mold, then add 1 part moist garden soil to introduce native microbes. Blend everything evenly and moisten it until it holds together when squeezed, but doesn't drip water. Finally, add a microbial activator. This can be a cup of diluted fermented plant juice, lactic acid bacteria serum, or even compost tea per 10 liters of mix. Stir well and let it rest in a shaded spot for 3 to 5 days. What happens during that short curing period is key. The ash neutralizes organic acids in the compost, stabilizing pH, while microbes multiply through the material. So this combination creates a fast-acting soil amendment that's balanced, nutrient-rich, and biologically alive, ready to go directly into your garden. This mix works because it feeds both microbes and minerals. Healthy soil depends on both mineral balance and biological life. Too many gardeners, treat these as separate things. Biochar handles structure and microbial housing, compost handles food, and rock dust handles minerals. But the ash mix unites all 3 functions. The minerals from the ash provide the charge and energy microbes need to multiply. The compost and soil provide organic carbon and living inoculants. Together, they spark microbial metabolism, what we call soil respiration, within hours. This balance also repairs the damage done by years of chemical fertilizers or compacted soil. Ash supplies soluble potassium, calcium, and trace minerals like zinc and manganese, which improve soil aggregation and root strength. At the same time, the microbial inoculants rebuild the living network that cycles these nutrients efficiently, and it's quite fascinating how they work together, isn't it? The result is soil that holds water better, smells earthy again, and grows stronger plants almost immediately. But, even a great mix can cause problems if overused. The key is moderation. Apply this living ash mix at a rate of about 1 litre per square metre for existing garden beds or as a top dressing around perennials. For new raised beds, mix it into the top 10 centimetres of soil at roughly 10% by volume. If you're restoring heavily depleted soil, you can use it more aggressively at 2 litres per square metre, but make sure to follow it with a watering of non-chlorinated water or microbial solution. The moisture activates the microbes and helps them colonize the soil quickly. It's all about balance, really. Avoid adding it right before planting sensitive seedlings like onions, carrots, or acid-loving crops. Instead, prepare the soil a week in advance, water it once, and let the microbes stabilize the chemistry. For neutral to slightly acidic soils, this mix is ideal. For already alkaline soils, cut the ash ratio in half and use more compost instead. If you really want to take this to the next level, use local biology. Add a small handful of native forest soil or worm castings to each batch before curing. This introduces a diverse microbial population that adapts quickly to your garden's conditions. You can also enhance the ash mix with a tablespoon of molasses per 10 litres to feed the microbes and keep them active longer. For sandy soils, blend in a bit of clay or fine rock dust to improve mineral holding capacity. For heavy clay soils, mix in coarse leaf mold to increase porosity. The point is flexibility. The base recipe stays the same, but you can adjust it to suit your soil type. In trials across market gardens and small-scale farms, this kind of ash compost blend restored visible microbial activity, earthworm return, crumb structure, and root colonization within 10 to 14 days compared to months for traditional biochar. When forests burn, the ash that remains is quickly incorporated by rain and organic debris. Within weeks, new growth appears, not because ash alone did it, but because the minerals and carbon cycle reset triggered microbial rebirth. The same principle applies here. By combining ash with organic matter and moisture, you're replicating nature's post-fire regeneration process without the destruction. Instead of waiting months for biochar to colonize or compost to mature, you're creating an active system that builds structure, fertility, and microbial balance all at once. It's nature's speed dial for soil restoration. The bottom line is that simplicity beats complexity. Forget the idea that you need to engineer biochar reactors or import tons of compost to restore your soil. The simplest, most effective solutions are often the oldest. Wood ash, when handled correctly, is not waste. It's concentrated mineral life waiting to be reawakened. If you've got access to clean, untreated wood ash, don't throw it away. Turn it into a living ash mix and put it back into the ground where it belongs. You'll be amazed how quickly your soil responds. Richer color, softer texture, and healthier plants in a matter of weeks, not months. For more proven, science-backed soil restoration methods like this, be sure to subscribe to Hydro Haven, hit that like button, and share this with other gardeners who take soil health seriously. Because rebuilding the ground beneath us doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be alive.